Thank you, Yasmin. Welcome, everyone, to another rousing meeting of Roseburg speakers and storytellers. I am excited. Our Toastmaster, all the way from Amman, Jordan, is none other than Nazar. Our theme for the day is fear. Oh, do you know that the #1 fear in the world is public speaking? Public speaking beat out death. People are more afraid to speak in public than they are to die. Of course, here at Roseburg Speakers and Storytellers, we break the mold because public speaking is what we do best. Our Toastmaster of the day has fears. I know this is hard to believe. A funny one is he has fears of dancing in public. I feel people are watching every move and it paralyzed me. I think I didn't overcome it yet. Still trying. Well, that's a good thing about fears. Always trying to get over them. Nazar, I know you do not have a fear of public speaking, so the podium is all yours, sir. Take over, please.
All right. Thank you, Tiger. Can I receive some big round of encouragement to Nizar?
Yeah.
Something like this. See you, but all right. So I thought death is #1, Tiger. Fear, not public speaking. And as Tiger shared with me that I am afraid of dancing, I will tell you Tiger's fears. Do you believe that Tiger afraid of heights? Yes, even if he needs to get on a ladder, he will stress from his head to his feet. And he told me in college to overcome this, because it was a nightmare for our president or our previous president. To overcome this, he volunteered with a summer job that includes climbing trees. And the first one he climbed, it was 70 meters tall. And his partner was telling him, Tiger, don't look down, don't look down. And of course, Tiger, he looked down. I don't know why people telling other people don't look down. If we told Tiger, please look down, he will tell, no, I have no time. Let's move on. So please don't say don't look down. And once Tiger looked down, he freezed like a deer. And his hormones of adrenaline flushed throughout all his body. And guess what? Tiger is telling me it was a transformational moment for him. It was a breakthrough. He felt, I believe, he was dancing with his fears at that moment. After that, he climbed 100 trees at that summer job. He felt in peace and he felt in control, and it was inspiring for me. A big round of applause to our champion, the Mr. Climber, Tiger. Thank you for sharing with me such inspiring story. And to be honest, I would like to share with you another story that inspired me to pick this theme, dancing with fears. I remember Ram once said in one of his speeches about facing resistance. He was telling us that in Aikido, if someone, I cannot imitate Ram, if someone grabbed your hands, you can fight, but he will stand his ground. But you can go with his flow calmly. Free yourself from the resistance. This is dancing with your fears and accepting that, and find a way to shine and become the best person of yourself. So sorry for the long introduction. So let's start and kick off our meeting, starting with our timer of today. And our timer of today, as I know, she is a control freak, and I will ask her if you can share your thoughts yourself about fears with us. Help me in welcoming the timer, Ayu.
Hello, everyone. Today I'm not the timer.
Really?
Federico will be the timer. Yes, because I thought I would be late like more than a few minutes. So
No worries. No
Federico.
worries. Okay. By the way, Federico didn't share with me ahead any fears. So Federico, the stage of yours, our timer for today. If you could share with us a fears, a thoughts that you might sharing with your friends in RSS.
Let's say that fear is a difficult topic to speak about because it has changed over my life. I was afraid when my mom would die of a third terminal cancer. I was afraid to be fired in Poland, especially when you're an immigrant and you rely on a work permit. It's not so nice to be fired because you're deported. So it depends on multiple factors. I cannot say that I have had a specific fear in my life. It depends on the moment. But as a timer, I will be your fear analyst, let's call it like that. And the first thing is that you will see this green card when you have your minimum time, and you need to remind that this is the minimum time that you should speak. Then when you have the optimal time, you're gonna see a yellow card or amber card. It depends on which name you would like to give it. I like more yellow, but yeah, you will see this one. And as a reminder that in Toastmasters, we really care about the time. You will see a magical red card when you need to finish. And why is it important? Because if you want to win a contest, you have 30 seconds more after you see this card. Keep that in mind. And as I said, I will be your kind of fear analyst in this game. Back to you, Nisa.
Thank you, Mr. Analyst. And going to Kevin, our accountant for today. And I'm going to ask him if he has fears that he can share with us. Then give us a brief about your role. Back to you, over to you, Kevin.
Thank you very much. Yes, we all have fears that unfortunately control our lives. Sometimes my main fear is debt. I really do not like owing money. I've had that rough experience with my personal bank where I had to experience overdraft fees. I had to deal with my checks bouncing. And that's an unfortunate thing because every time something like that happens, you get fined. And it got to a point where I didn't even qualify for a debit card anymore. And I'd been with this bank for almost 20 years. And unfortunately, it disrupted my lifestyle. It disrupted my personal life because I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat very well. And it just consumed me for a long time. My mother finally helped me out. She helped me get out of my situation. But I've learned a lot from there on that debt is not something that I want to ever experience again. So I'm very careful with the way I spend my money. I'm very frugal, that sort of thing. And yes, I also have a fear of losing my job because if that happens and I can't find another job, I'm back in that same situation. So today, my job today is going to be the ah counter. I'm going to focus on the filler words such as us, ers, so's, any kind of word that's like a crutch word that can kind of hinder somebody's speech. So I'm going to basically write down or keep track of everybody's filler words. Hopefully we won't have to worry too much about that today. So I think we got some good speakers here this morning. So thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. And we all see, all of us have fears, and all of us have personal fears that we are glad that. Thank you, Kevin, for sharing with us this. And going to our grammarian, Sahel. Sahel, the stage is yours. Can you share with us one of your personal fears and give us a brief about your role? Over to you.
Yes, thank you. Thanks a lot. So my personal fear is losing my close ones to one to whom I like a lot, and that's the fear which I have experienced after I lost my spiritual mentor. And anyways, move, because life it's the name of moving. You have to keep moving. You have to learn from the nature, and the nature has an immense power to heal you, to emancipate you from the stress, from the distress, from your past journey. So I actually try to keep myself near to the nature, the environment, so that I could emancipate from the nature. So today I'm playing the role of grammarian, where I will try to look that if you are making any mistake when it comes to the grammar, and I will introduce the word of the day, which I have already used, that is the emancipation. To emancipate, which means to get rid of, to be free of. Okay, I will also type that with an example. So that's how. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Yes, if you can write it here so we can all
Yes,
use it
yes,
and challenge ourselves to use it.
thank you.
I'm going to our first speaker, and I will ask her. Our first speaker is Milva, and Milva, she shared with me that one of her worst fears. Guess what? Table topics. Yes, she feels that I'm not capable enough to go for table topics. But she shared with me, if we feel that we are not capable enough of doing it, practice it. She is bringing again, she is gathering again from the internet, from the questions that we have in table topic sessions, and she go home, practice again and again and again, and she will overcome indeed. And this is Milva's fear. But Milva's pathway from her first speech is innovative planning. Her level 2, understanding your leadership style. The purpose of her speech is to identify her primary leadership styles, or maybe share some aspects about leadership styles in general. Her time is from 5 to 7, and her title is Self-Coaching. Self-Coaching. Join me welcoming Milva. Over to you.
All right, thank you, Nizar. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Toastmasters and their guests. Do you know Malala Yousafzai? She is a champion for female education. She became a vocal supporter of female education when a Taliban gunman shot her 3 times in the head in an assassination attempt, just because she was going to school to study. Fortunately, she survived, and the attack provoked worldwide outrage. In Pakistan, it led to ratification of the Right to Education Bill. Since her recovery, she has become the youngest person who received the Nobel Peace Prize, addressed the UN, and met world leaders, and founded the nonprofit Malala Fund. Wow, she really inspires me. She has fearless in her to fight for female education. Fellow masters and dear guests, we do agree a great leader does not evolve automatically. They have to face hard time and sometimes very long time. I'm really grateful Toastmasters has given me a chance to learn about leadership. And as we know, there are 8 types of leadership. Coaching, democratic, altruistic, pace-setting, bureaucratic, affiliative, authoritative, and last one, innovative. So, what type of my leadership? And can I be a great leader? Well, my curiosity is answered after I did my test. My type of leadership is coaching. Yeah, coaching. Coaching means leader concentrates on preparing the individual for the future by building skills, motivate by challenging the individuals and creating positive culture and so on. Toastmasters and their guests. I've learned that leadership starts with self and then with time start leading others. I have story. I take my story of self-coaching. I'm here because I'm interested in learning and teaching English since I was in elementary school. And in high school, I'm still vibrant and try to take course, but still not satisfied. I thought that I didn't get improvement. So I tried to seek an organization like Toastmaster that I can learn more. And finally, I found you all. I can stand here. I can find inspiration, philosophy, and kindness. I'm really grateful. I promise my journey will not stop here. Toastmasters and your guests. I doubt I might not be a great leader because I prefer discussing and sharing rather than leading. Why? Yeah, let's flashback. When I was in high school, my neighbor asked me to help her children with their homework. I accepted it because I thought it would be easy. And the kids said, oh, teach me, sister. Okay, I will. Definitely, I was wrong. In the third month of teaching, the oldest one gets stuck or plan to. I try to understand his problem with positivity, encouragement, and inspiring him to look the effort of his father. I can build his skills and successfully coach him. Yeah, that was my initial step of coaching others. But since the day, I feel like I failed to be a strong leader. I found it tough, took a lot of energy, and nearly gave up. Nonetheless, I don't give up on my leadership, really. I still have plans in my future. I want to strengthen on my skill leadership. I want to be an expert in taxation and want to learn more about leadership from people, from real people and situation. Fellow masters and dear guests, leadership is not about title or designation. It's about impact, influence, and inspiration. In fact, involve getting results. Influence is about spreading the passion you have for your work, and you have to inspire the mates and customers. Back to you, Lizar.
Wow. Thank you, Melva. One takeaway I would take it from your speech that if I want to lead others, I cannot lead them if I couldn't lead myself. This is the first backbone and the first step in leadership, leading self. Thank you for sharing this with me and with us. And let me share with you this picture. Can you recognize it? Yes. Do you see it? Can I see? Oh, congratulations, Yasmin. This is the trophy, winning trophy from our district champion, evaluation champion, Yasmin. I am sharing this not just to cheer and encourage. And we know we are like a family in RSS, but I want to ask Yasmin, because looking at this picture, what people would say, wow, how brave she is. She is courageous. I think she has no fear. She moved on and won it all. But in the backstage, I think Yasmin some words to share with us about using fears to win the championship. Over to you, Yasmin.
Thank you indeed, Nizar. And I want to make the moment live with you all. Here is this, and this is to you all. I really did not know I will ever get it. And I must say, the credit goes to RSS for making it possible. And that was something I have honestly believed. I have to tell you all not to give up, in the sense I won this evaluation speech contest, something that I did not won in my club. It was Amanda who won our evaluation contest, and then she could not join. So I was the runner-up. I then went to the area, and you guessed it right, I did not run even there. It was another lady, Constance. She was a great evaluator, and she won the area division. And I was again the runner-up. And guess what? She could not participate in the final competition, the speech competition. And that's when I was there at the speech competition, at the final contest. And that's where I bagged this trophy. Now, the fear, it started from the very first stance, right? Because I did not win from my club. I was runner-up. I was runner-up in the area. So this was always there in me, that I may be good, but I know I'm not the best. There are best people around. But I was still persistent. And the way I took it was to have it for experience. I think I always was more focused on sharing the experience about it, rather than even thinking that this trophy is going to be with me like a month after. So I believe this is what made me go higher, just cheering the moment, like not looking into the fears for that time. And believe me, at 2 a.m. was something I had never ever done in my life, to be awake at 2 a.m. to give the contest. But yes, these are all the challenges which keeps you motivated. And because of that, I have this moment to live with you all. And I really want to thank you all for all the encouragement you have shown for all the years and made me grow to this stage. Thank you. Back to you, Nizar.
Wow. Thank you, Yasmin. And thank you for sharing words of wisdom and advices for all of us. Now, our second speaker, I will call on her. Her name is Marsha. And Marsha's fears was, like Tiger said, about public speaking, about talking to people. And she said, well, this is my fears. I decided to join Toastmasters, and still I have some nervousness when talking to people, but I don't feel sick anymore. This is Marsha's her own words, but I learned from her. Acceptance. Accept yourself that, okay, now I have some fears, but what I'm going to do about it? I joined Toastmasters, and to be honest, Marsha, your evaluations, your role playings, every role I watch you, I learned something new from you. Her speech now is from Engaging a Humor Pathway, and it's level 1, evaluation and feedback. Speech number 1, which is delivering a speech, receive some important feedback and try to implement in the second speech. Her title, it was An Accident. Her evaluator, Yasmin, and her time from 5 to 7, all to you, Marsha.
It was a warm spring day, 1955. It was a day when everything was going great. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, when I think back on that spring day in 1955, I wonder to myself, did it really happen? Was it me that it happened to? Oh my goodness. I don't know, but it was me. It happened to me. I couldn't change the past, but maybe I can think of it with a little bit of humor now, all these years later. Picture a small child. It's a Saturday morning, and her father has just taken off the training wheels on her bicycle. She's been practicing. She's been pumping her little legs as fast as she can. But this morning, no training wheels. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen? Well, suffice to say, Mr. Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters, it was an accident. She goes out on the street, bravely stands her bicycle there and climbs on. Her dad is giving her all the encouragement he can. You can do it. You can do this. She starts pumping her little legs faster and faster and faster, and all of a sudden there's the car. Oh no. She slams on her brakes, but it's too late. She hit the car. She wasn't hurt. The car had a little tiny scratch on it. At least it looked little to her. But the fender on her bicycle was bent. Oh no. Just then, the owner of the car came out of his house because the car was parked in front of his house. He's in his uniform, his pistol strapped to his waist, his hat centered very carefully. He looks at the little girl and said, "Marcia, what happened?" "It was an accident. I didn't mean to do it, and I hurt your car, and I'm sorry." Very sternly, he looks at her and says, "I think I may have to write you up," as he gets out his pad of paper and his pen. "Your full name, please." I live over there. My daddy's over there, and I don't want to do this, and I'm scared, and it was an accident. "Okay, full name is Marcia." "Mr. Pruitt, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit your car, and I know you're the sheriff, and I'm sorry it was an accident." About this time, my father, standing in our front yard across the street, looks over and waves and says, "Hey, dude, how's it going today?" Mr. Pruitt's name was Dude. Everybody knows him. I've known him all my life. And I was so scared because he had his uniform on and he had his gun at his side. And it was an accident. It really was. And I'm crying. And I'm just little. And he's so tall. He was almost 6 foot tall, and I wasn't even 4 foot tall, I don't think, because I was a little girl. And my pigtails are bobbing up and down as I'm crying and wiping my tears, and I'm saying, "I'm sorry, Mr. Pruitt, it was an accident." What would you have done? I cried. What else could I do but cry? Mr. Pruitt looked at me and said, "Well, young lady, it seems like there's no major damage in this accident. I think we'll just write you up for a warning to perhaps watch your speed and possibly apply your brakes a little sooner when you're not going quite so fast." "I'm sorry, Mr. Pruitt, it was an accident and I didn't mean to do it, and I'll never do it again." About this time, Mrs. Pruitt came out of the house, looked at her husband and said, "Dude, what are you doing to this little girl?" Well, dear, I'm just giving her a warning because of this accident that she had. "Dude Pruitt, how dare you? How dare you scare this little girl? Marcia, you come in the house. I have cookies." It was an accident. Purely an accident. Ladies and gentlemen, what else can you do but know that this poor little girl who lived on the corner could not help herself? It was the first day she had gotten the training wheels off her bicycle, and it was such a nice day. The sun was shining, a light breeze, the dandelions blooming. It was an accident, purely an accident. I rest my case, fellow Toastmasters. What else are you supposed to do but cry when you're a little girl on a bicycle and it was just an accident, Mr. Toastmaster?
Thank you for going all in your speech and literally, in my personal opinion, living the characters in your speech. And I'm sure that we will hear a lot of things from our evaluator. Going to the table topics, the fears session, and the one who is leading it, Samantha. Samantha, she shared with me that fears is a great tool to gain knowledge and improve my ability. I used to have fears. I used to be very shy and have fears to talk to people, to anyone. But what I did, I decided to walk to new places, trying to open a conversation with new people, even a hello or a smile. And what I learned from Samantha, you don't have to face your fears, face your fears in a huge, riskier stage. And going to TV, I want to face my fears. I learned from her that practice in a low risk environment and then build up and increase the challenge. Build up and you will get there. Thank you for sharing to me, Samantha. And over to you with a big round of welcoming to Samantha.
Thank you, Nizar. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters, wonderful guests. The purpose of Topic Master is to facilitate table topics where guests and members will have an opportunity to practice impromptu speaking. I will introduce a topic and call on speakers who will have 2 minutes to respond to a subject. And here, let me see if I can get my screen shared. I hope you can all see my screen. I would like to call on Melva first. Would you like to choose an animal?
Well, I'll choose a butterfly. Good butterfly.
Yes.
And then flight number 2.
Okay. We fear the things that we want the most. Over to you, Melva.
I'm sorry, please, pardon.
We fear the things that we want the most. What is your opinion?
What is the thing?
It could be anything. We fear the things that we would want the most.
We fear, right? We fear, okay. My fear, wait. We fear the thing that we want the most. Well, we fear the things that we want the most. Yeah, sometimes I really fear that I really fear about my goals. I don't think, because I think that perhaps my goals is too high expectation. Perhaps my goal too high. So I'm really fear, can I get it? And am I enough to get it? Do I deserve to get it? So when I put my goals too high, I really get fear that am I able to get it, or can I deserve to get it? So to break my legs, I always do affirmation like, Melfa, you are smart. Okay, you are smart. You are good enough. Okay, don't hear anything. You can get what you want. Okay, don't let fear make you low. You are a brave woman. So when I get fear or doubt in my goals or expectation, I always do affirmation to my mind to make relax or make it. I want to make it come true. I want to make my dreaming come true. Like today, I really actually I'm not confident about my English because it's my second language, but I try to break my legs and trying, and then I'm here. Thanks. Back to you, Samantha.
Thank you. Thank you, Melva. Next, I would like to call on Rukaya. Would you like to pick an animal?
Can you please show me the slides? I can't see it clearly from there. Can you please open it?
There is wolf, eagle, lion, spider, bear, jaguar, and fox.
Okay, I'll go with wolf.
With which one?
Wolf. First one, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
In order to succeed, the desire for success must be greater than the fear of failure.
Okay, thank you for the question, Samantha. Yes, I truly agree with the same that if we want to achieve the success, then we should be more focused towards our goal rather than to be focused towards our fears. We have to overcome our fears to in order to get the success we aim to achieve in our life, and the best way to get the success is to overcome our fears and move on the path of our fears to get towards the success. Thank you, Samantha. Back to you.
Thank you, Rakaya. Next, Kunal.
I choose eagle.
Okay. Your quote is, never let fear decide your future.
Never let fear decide my future. Yes.
Yes.
Dear fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests, never let. Sorry, could you ask again? I forgot.
Never let fear decide your future.
Never let fear decide my future. It's difficult when you are when you know what you want, and then you know why, and the third time how. I'm stuck in the word of house. So the fear is coming to my way to achieving my goals. It's because I didn't know how. So I'm thinking about how. How is my fear? Because I don't know what to do next, and then. So it's really difficult for me to, I cannot explain it. Just say that fear is not real, but we cannot say, I cannot say what is my real fears, but I'm thinking, I'm trying to find a way how I could get my goal achieved. Like I want to open a private school to educate the children in my community, but I don't want to start because I fear. Yes, thank you. Back to you. It may not allow to the question. Thank you.
Thank you, Gunan. Next, I would like to call on Ayu. Ayu, would you like a topic?
Okay, I want to give this time as a gift to Subhadra. Do you accept this, Subhadra?
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay. Subhadra, would you like to pick an animal?
I can't see all the animals.
There is lion, spider, bear, jaguar, and fox.
The tiger, please.
Jaguar?
No,
Sure.
tiger. No, sorry, the lion.
Okay. Don't fear difficult moments because the best comes from them. To you, Subhadra.
Table topic master, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Good evening to all of you. I hope it really does. This pandemic, especially in the southern part of India, has raised so many fears in almost all of us. There are so many people affected by the COVID. And sometimes, we look for the rainbow behind the cloud. And it is difficult also because so many people are in the hospitals and some are dying. And these are all our acquaintances or family members or someone related to us or some of our friends. But still, we look forward for a silver lining. And I look forward to complete my apartment building. I had a dream to complete an apartment building, move into that and occupy one of the flats and decorate it nicely with the Indian architecture. And because I really love the Indian ones, especially the South Indian, because I belong to South India. So I really was looking forward to all of this before the pandemic started. I had a dream that I would be able to complete it. I had a dream to be with my children who are living in Canada. I had so many dreams, but all of them, poof, they flew with the wind. I would like all of them to come back and have a silver lining and always and want to do what I want to do. But I don't know. I hope it will happen. For the present, I'm happy that I'm in Toastmasters meeting along with our friends and talking to them. That's it. That's what keeps me alive. Thank you very much. Over to you, Samantha.
Thank you, Subhadra. Next, Amy. Amy, would you like to pick an animal?
Sure. Okay. What do we have left?
Bear, spider.
I'll go for the bear.
The bear?
Yeah.
So what to do with my hair?
Fear comes from what is unknown.
Yeah, I love that. Fear does come from what's unknown. Anytime we want to challenge ourselves or we want to expand out of our comfort zone, we're always going into that unknown, and it's always the most terrifying experience, because you open yourself up to all that self-doubt. You leave that space where you are the master and you know all in that specific field, and then you trot out to this unknown place where you're just fresh and new and you don't know anything and you can't be the expert. Well, not yet anyway. And everything is just a new experience. So fear ties in with the unknown, but it's the fuel that should give us energy to want to know more and to want to grow more, to expand and just be able to let ourselves grow, because that, like, finding knowledge and learning more and pushing our boundaries, that's how we grow, and that's how we get better, and we discover more and understand each other better. So I really like that saying. And I think we should all challenge ourselves a bit to go into the unknown and embrace the fear and use it as our adrenaline to push us forward. Thank you.
Thank you. We have time for any more.
I think we have time for one more, Sam.
Okay. Ayu, would you like to pick an animal? It's jaguar, fox, and spider.
How about spider?
Okay. Courage is the antidote to fear.
It is normal to have fear. What? Really? That's my first reaction when somebody said that it is normal to have fear. For me, I always try to say, act at the moment. Okay, the sequence is think and then act, say and then act. Think and then say and then act positive. Consciously, I'm trying to do that every day. Not always a success, but trying. The other day, I have a chance to listen to Mike Carr, the world champion of public speaking, that the success not in the result, but the success in the try. So now I understand that it is really normal and okay to have fear. And I try to overcome my fear by doing better every day, using positive mindset. And then again, consciously try and try and try by thinking, say, and act positive. Back to you, Sam.
Thank you, Ayu. And I will now turn it back over to our Toastmaster of the day, Nizar. Thank you.
Thank you, Samantha. I think a wise questions from Samantha and inspiring answers from our assessors. So well done, and thank you for this interesting session. And I want to hand over to the general evaluator for today. It is, yes, Alice is here. Alice, her biggest fears is her fears of fear. She told me that 3 years ago, I decided to be a speaker, and it takes me 2 years to join Toastmasters because of fear. But she said, you know, I learned that from now on, feel the fear and do it anyway. I like this from Alice, and she said, it's a big emotions and feelings that help us to learn about ourselves, to step further. Welcoming me, join me in welcoming, the general evaluator for today, the singer of RSS and Greece and Europe, Alice.
Thank you, Zar. Dancing with the fear of feedback. Giving and receiving feedback is a stressful situation for me because of the doubts I have for myself and the thought that I am not good enough. The only thing that helps me is that we all belong in a supportive team where we really care about one another. Feedback can keep us united and strong. And now, let me see my... Let's go to our first evaluator, which is Tiger, I think, and he will evaluate Milva's speech.
Thank
Tiger!
you. Thank you, Miss General Evaluator. I'm a little disappointed I didn't get sung in today, but
yeah.
That's okay. I love what IU said. It's normal and okay to have fear. We all have it. And I know for a fact that our first speaker was afraid to death to speak just as little as a few months ago. So congratulations, Melva, for coming to us with this wonderful speech today. I'm going to touch on 3 aspects of her speech. First of all is the structure. Second of all is the content and language. And third is her physical presentation. So let's start with the structure. There clearly was a beginning, a body, and an ending. So congratulations for that. And the beginning and the ending correlated, which is very important. And I'll touch on that a little bit more later. Content. The structure, the content was well laid out. She talked about what she learned. She talked about a story. She shared a story with us about her teaching. And she also talked about her future and her goals for the future as a leader. So well done with that, Melva. One thing she said, and I'm paraphrasing, is that leadership starts with yourself before you're able to lead others. I think this is a very profound statement. I think it's something that she's learned about herself. I think it's something that we can all learn from, is we cannot lead others unless we're comfortable with ourselves. We all have a different leadership style, but it all comes from our own confidence. So thank you for sharing that, Melva. In terms of her presentation, one thing that she did exceptionally well was her gestures. I liked her camera angle. My camera angle is a little high. I have to get my gestures up. Her camera was down and we could see all of her gestures. Her gestures were appropriate, they were comfortable, and they certainly helped with the speech. She used props. I'll get to that again. Props are always good. She did a good job with her eye contact. Her eye contact was very well done. It's something hard. I know we all want to look down and see how people are reacting to our speech. She did a very good job keeping her eyes focused. So let's talk about some things that she could have done a little bit better. First of all, with the posters, You went through those very quickly. So please slow down next time. Also, your ending was a bit abrupt. So work on a more complete ending and a little bit more vocal variety. Overall, this was an excellent speech, Melva. Thank you so much. Back to you, Miss General Evaluator.
Thank you, Tiger. And now we're going to our second evaluator, which is our champion, Yasmin.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Elise. It was indeed a pleasure and privilege to evaluate Marcia. I have an offer for you. There is a plate of rice, simple rice, and there is a plate of rice, steamed rice with aroma, flavor, sparkle, spices. Which is the one you're just gonna pick up? The plain or the masala one? I'm sure you all are thinking of the masala one, just going and grabbing. And that's exactly what Marcia did. Of course, it was a wonderful story. It's very nice to have a personal story because then you express it with passion and you see the passion in the speaker. But it has to be topped up. The emotions she brought us. When she was explaining the girl, the role of the girl, were you all not thinking, oh, the poor girl, please, police, let her go? The technique she used was not to make you miss what you want to say. And that was, it was just an accident. If you all noticed, she repeated this almost 15 to 20 times in her speech. It was just an accident. And that's the most powerful way to make your audience get your message correctly. So her speech definitely was peppered with lots of range of emotions, which she portrayed so well. I noticed all of you and you were all amusingly listening to her, even though it was a very simple story of a girl hitting the car and being caught. What she did was humor and presenting it very nicely. She was in front of the center of the camera. Her position movement was so that her gestures were all visible, unlike me. I still have to figure out where it goes well, but yeah, she was very balanced in the way she was making her gesture. If I have to make a recommendation to this excellent speech of Marcia, what it would be? I would like Marcia to challenge the audience, challenge me to also realize and think of, has there been anything in my life which I felt wasn't just an accident, and take it easily. I think she wanted the ending to be open, letting us to figure out what we want to learn from that story, but I want her to make more push to the audience. You people think, has there been a case where you felt it was just an accident? So with this just one addition, I really like to congratulate Marcia for a wonderful speech. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Yasmin. And now we'll go to our role players to show us their reports. And let's begin with our accounter, Kevin.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Today, I'm very proud to announce that we only had a very few, 5, I'd say, that I recorded crutch words that were used, and it happened during the table topic session. And I understand that when it comes to impromptu speaking, we have a tendency to, a filler word just happens every now and then, and just, it does kind of hinder us a little bit, but we also have a way of recorrecting ourselves and bringing ourselves back up to speed when we speak. I did notice a few close call filler words where the speaker was about ready to use a crutch word. However, they corrected themselves. They stopped themselves because of the discipline and training they've received in the last, in the past of being a good Toastmaster. So I really commend those who really would stop themselves right before they're getting ready to use a crutch word and think about it for about a split second and then continue on without using that crutch word. It was a good job for those that did that. So anyway, so yes, my report was I only heard 5 crutch words, some so's, some uhs and ers, and some ums, and that's about it. So it was a good job overall. The speakers today were very good, polished speakers. So back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's go to Federico, or no?
Yeah, I can go. Just give me a second. So the introduction from Nizar was around 3 minutes 32. He should have been spoken for 2 minutes. Then my introduction was 1 minute 12. It should be 1 minute. Then Kevin's instruction was 1 minute 37. He did it in 1 minute. Then Sahil's introduction was 41. It was fine. It was 1 minute. Then Nizar's introduction of the speaker was 1 minute 8. Melba's speech was 4 minutes 20. Sorry, it was 6 minutes 24. I'm reading wrongly. Then Nizar's second introduction was 1 minute 18, and it should be 1 minute 30. It's fine. Marshall's speech was 6 minutes 36, and he should have spoken 7. Sam's introduction was 49. Melba's table topic was 1-2. Rukaya was 35 seconds, too short. Kunang was 1 minute 46. Subhadra, it was 2 minutes 08. Amy was 1 minute 31. Ayu was 146. Tiger evaluation 3:18. Jasmine evaluation 3. And Kevin introduction was 1 minute 20. That's all.
Federico. Let's go to our grammarian, Sahil.
Hi, thank you, madam. So there was not such a big mistakes. So there are some minor mistakes. For example, Melva said, "My neighbor asked me," but she was telling about the past. So she should use "My neighbor asked me," and then again in impromptus, Melva said, "We fear a thing that we want," and but she should say, "Am I?" I'm sorry. Melva said, Am I deserving to get it?" So I think it could be something else. And she used one of the good word that I really like, that "break my legs," which actually means a good luck. So it was very nice to hear this. And then Subhadra used "silver lining flew with the wind." So that's amazing to hear. And then Ayu quoted one phrase, that "success not in the result, success uh, in the try." But she should use "success is not in the result, success is in the try." So its word was missing, but else you all did very well. Thank you, and please forgive me if I have taken anything wrongly or if I am mistaken. Thank you. That's all, madam. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now, what is now? I don't remember. Nizar. What is now? Who will help me, please?
Yes. Yes, Alice. If you did you finish?
And now you, Alice, it's your turn.
I have to make my evaluation.
Yes,
it's a long time since I was with you, and I have forgotten. So, okay, I'll do it. Our meeting started without fear and a lot of passion. And our Toastmaster, Nizar, was enthusiastic and helped everybody feel comfortable. I love the way he uses his voice Wow, Nizar, you are very theatrical and makes us live the moment with him. He was very well prepared and encouraged everyone with his smile. And then I would go to our timer, Federico. Federico was specific and digital. I like the moving cards. Wow, Federico. And at the end, you remind me Eurovision. And 12 points go to Yasmin and 10 points go to Kunang. Thank you, Federico. It was perfect, the perfect timer. And then we're going to the grammarian, Sahil, who was specific, but it was a bit difficult for me to use the word, dear Sahil. I'm Greek. I'm not good in English language, and I couldn't use it in. I couldn't use it. Okay. But you were very detailed at the end, and your report was very careful. And then I will go to our evaluators. Tiger was encouraging, and I liked that he repeated phrases from Milva's speech. Yasmin is always smiley, positive, and confident at the same time. She's just perfect. I like the fact that she counted the times of it was an accident. And I really enjoyed table topic session and Samantha's questions. They were innovative, and I like the idea with the animals and quotes. Wow, how could you could you do that? How could you animals and quotes? Perfect. I would suggest that you would be more specific with the questions, because I think that some of the speakers couldn't see what you were asking. So I would put a question to the quote, but the idea was perfect. Samantha, you're fantastic. And you're very calm. I like it because you're very calm, and you don't bring you don't make me feel anxious, because I feel anxious for the table topics. So that was from me. Thank you all. I'm very happy to be here again. Thank God.
With this, over to you, to our president, Ayu.
No, Nizar, it's still
Who?
Tiger.
Really? Still Tiger?
Yes, because we start at 1st of July. That's the cutting point.
Yes, so, okay, thank you. So feel the fear and dance with it anyway. Tiger, the stage is yours.
Boy, Nizar, you're eager to get rid of me. I can see that. Wow. Actually, you were perfect, because I am going to turn the meeting over to our incoming president, IU, at this time. The stage is all yours.
Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to say that this month is a transition month, where when I will step on and speak as a president, incoming, learning how to do that in every meeting. And Yasmin will be our PPE. So for you all who wants to have a role, taking a role, don't know what to do with the role, you can always contact Yasmin. And start from now on, we will have a few minutes for Yasmin to distribute role for next week. Yasmin, your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, I must thank you all for being so supportive. I have reached out to all of you, and you have been very quick in getting back to me. And then for next week, all the roles are yours. I need volunteers. Before I start, I have to confirm that I have Ellis as one of the speakers. That's correct. And I have reached Rukaya if she would be the second speaker. Would you be willing, Rukaya, or you still need time to confirm?
No, I guess I'll take the role.
Okay, so then we have two speakers, Alice and Rukaya. I am looking for the most exciting role, and any volunteers are welcome. That's the TMOD. Who is going to be the Toastmaster for the next week? Come on, otherwise you will be picked. Okay.
If no one else will volunteer, Yasmin, I'll do it.
No, I need volunteers, and I am looking at the young people here. I'm gonna choose Melva if she's okay to take up as TMOD.
Good choice. Yes.
Okay, cool. So Melva agreed. Melva agreed. Now I'm looking for two evaluators, and in my pick list is Federico is there. Can I count on you as one evaluator, Federico?
I would like to be the second evaluator, strike, or the last one.
Okay, perfect.
You know, for me, the last one is the best one.
Okay, so then I give the second evaluator to Federico, and then we are
if there is a third speaker, then I need to be the third one.
Okay, perfect. I get you. I'll give you, because we are looking for only two speakers, so I will put you as the second evaluator, which is the second speaker, Rukaya. And then the first speaker is Ellis. And for that, I'm looking at Tiger and Ayu, if either of you are willing to take up as the evaluator. Okay, Ayu. So Ayu takes up as the evaluator for Rukaya. Now I'm looking for a general evaluator. Marcia, my eyes are on you. You're busy? Okay.
No,
Then
unfortunately, I won't be able to make it next week.
Okay, okay, noted. Some of the members are not here. I will check up with them in case they are willing to take up as the two remaining roles. I have Nizar here, and Nizar, would you be willing to take up as, you tell me, we have general evaluator, we have the other supporting roles.
Any role, Yasmin. If you,
any role?
I can support with a supporting role because I didn't do it a long time ago. So I'll do whatever you want, timer, counter, grammarian.
Okay, good. I would be then willing to offer you grammarian and our counter if that's good for you.
Yes,
okay,
yes, definitely.
Grammarian and our counter. Okay. Sahil, would you like to play timer? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just wondering if Samantha has already filled the role. Samantha, have you filled up for timer next week?
I can double check on the website. I don't really remember for sure.
But would you be willing to take up?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So then we need a table topic master.
How about Kanang? Kanang, are you willing?
Yeah?
Table topic master.
Yes. The table topic master.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
I have all the rules sort of set up, and I just repeat it again. So we have TMOD as Melwa. We have two speakers, Ellis. Ellis is going to be evaluated by Ayu, and the second is Rukaya, who is going to be evaluated by, the second evaluator was Federico. And then I have the timer as Samantha, grammarian as someone agreed, Nizar is grammarian, and Kunang is TTM. And for general evaluator, I will check with any or any of the members which are not here at the moment. Yeah, all good? Thank you. I appreciate this 1 minute. It makes life very much more easy. Back to you.
Yeah, it seems like you need more than 1 minute, but I will double check again, so we will be able to adjust the agenda after by July at least. Okay, back to you, Mr. President. Thank you very much for the time.
Excellent, excellent. And thank you everybody for cooperating. Thank you, Yasmin, for jumping in as VP. Excellent job. That does make things so much easier. And Alice, wow, that was amazing. So nice to have you back. With all that said, thank you everybody. That was a wonderful meeting. Everyone got to participate. We had fun and we learned. So I will go ahead and officially end the meeting. Please stick around for comments and discussion. On 3, we'll go ahead and close the meeting. 1, 2, and 3.